I think that we're probably going to catch a lot of flack from the previous last call.
I mean,
I mean, Minus even was like, I was not expecting this. And I thought a lot about it because it's like, it's a fringe, well, obviously a fringe subject. And also like, I tried to be as like,
mindful.
yeah,
Sure.
of not being like everyone from West Virginia fucks their cousin. You know what I mean?
We're
But based on the election results, maybe more people are fucking their cousins.
Jesus Christ. But we're not doing
maybe like a plurality of people are fucking their cousins.
I mean, I really listened to it. I thought it was fine. We weren't there wasn't anything extraordinarily egregious.
It's just like one of those tough things where it's like when you point the gun at
For
a
sure.
demographic of people, it can get dicey. You know what I mean? But like, I just call it like I see it, Nick, and fucking
I
don't know.
And you saw it, so
and I saw it.
some opinions from what I don't know.
Oh man. I sometimes I do feel that way about the last calls where I'm like, I don't know how this is gonna land. But I guess also that's kind of the point.
The thing about the last call is that they aren't scripted. We just sit here, pour an extra drink, and decompress from the hour and a half to 2 hours that we were trying to really relate a very exact thing, right? Like, and really trying to make sure that we were properly expressing ourselves and enunciating and just like describing a product. Then you get to the last call and you can just be like, fuck that, or we're in the clear. Let me tell you about some bullshit from my day.
Sometimes I miss doing the structure. What did we call it? The
shorts?
The shorts, yeah.
We had some people in the Discord that said, we liked the last call, but some of the shorts were good.
Yeah.
The shorts were very, hey, we're going to do this thing, you know?
Yeah. And it's like almost unlimited amount of, but I mean, the same thing could be said for this, right? Where it's just like, you know, it literally is not usually scripted. Like the last one, obviously I had, it was like front of mind where I was like, oh, okay.
Not for me.
Yeah.
I got blindsided.
Well, I didn't tell you.
Yeah,
I think that would kind of like do away with it. So yeah, from that perspective, it's like we're not talking about it with one another before we talk about it.
There's a very funny organic response in that I just listened to today, actually, where you're like halfway through the story, but you haven't done your big reveal, and I've figured it out, and I'm just like, you telling me an inbreeding story? And you're like, I sure fucking am, Nick. I sure am. It's pretty funny. like oh no,
yeah,
our sponsors.
Yeah, all of our sponsors.
What are we gonna do?
Fucking Pringles is never gonna be okay with this. Shout out to Pringles, though, by the way.
They still successful? You think Pringles is still doing all right?
100%. It's not just I know you have traveled abroad, but have you traveled to Asia?
No.
Okay.
Are they into Pringles?
Oh, they're big into Pringles. I don't know why, but they love the Pringles. It's like the weird that's I always love that. That's like one of my favorite things. One of my favorite things to do whenever I travel anywhere is go to a gas station, right?
Just to see I like to see the chocolate. I mean, I'm a sweets guy.
The chocolate?
Like the random candy bars that are not called Snickers. Like,
oh, okay.
Like, what the fuck is this? And then you usually,
what the fuck is a Tim Tam?
And usually you're disappointed. Like, usually you're just like, that's not as good as a Snickers or a butter. There's a reason that the heavy hitters in the States are the heavy hitters, but it's always fun.
Have you ever had a Tim Tam?
No, I don't think. Well, actually, maybe, but I can't.
They're Australian. They're fantastic.
The name is very familiar, so I feel like I might have.
Pretty sure they're Australian. Fantastic. Yeah, no, I love that. That's something that I really enjoy about just traveling anywhere. Sure. It doesn't necessarily have to be like abroad, like Hawaii ABC stores. I'm sure you've been to one of those before.
Yeah.
Those things are fucking wild, dude. Mm-hmm. They're all over the place. Like they're you know, in a lot of ways like Asia, where it's just everywhere, right? It's like Japan or China, it's like 7-Eleven, and then there's a 7-Eleven, and then there's another 7-Eleven. And it's like, why do we need so many 7-Elevens? Like they're all within walking distance. But for some weird thing inside of me is like, what does this 7-Eleven have that this other doesn't have? And I have to find out. And in Hawaii, the ABC stores are like that, right? Like they're all over the place. In Honolulu specific, like Waikiki, they're everywhere, dude. And there is variation from one to the next. The first night that me and my girlfriend got there, like we went because they have like pretty good whiskey selection in some of them. So I was like going from place to place and like trying to find different whiskeys, and there was like different things, and I was like, this is fucking insane. Like we haven't traveled that far. It feels like we have because of the fucking humidity, and I'm dying right now. But
it's pretty far. It's pretty.
What's pretty far?
When you went to Hawaii?
No, I'm saying like we didn't
from
travel
store
very,
to store.
from store to store.
Yeah.
No, it's very far.
Like,
Yeah,
like
it's far. Yeah. We're it's out there.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense why it's a part of the United States. I'm just gonna throw that out there, but
I don't have a specific. I mean, I would buy different. When I went to Argentina, I bought a lot of different treats and things like that, just experimenting. And I didn't come away with anything that's like, oh, this is the one. The thing that blew me away when I was there, and I was like at 23, I think I was 23 years old, something like that, is obviously they have beer, but if you want to buy more than a 6-pack, you're kind of just like shit out of luck.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of like
singles.
It's a lot of lagers. It's not a lot of like heavy hitting IPAs, right? And I'm just like,
yeah,
I'm 23 though. Like this 6-pack's not gonna get it done. like we need a lot of these. But it's the culture, right? It's just a different. They're just like, you're not supposed to just go home and get drunk, you weirdo. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, I also like that. Like you go to like Costco, for instance, and you got like this big giant thing of beer or any other beverage, right? And it's like I gotta buy all of these. But in a lot of different countries, that's not the way it works. Like
no, the quality's not the deal.
Well, no, like you might see like a 12-pack of beer in like some plastic. And you could just walk up and pop your hand through that plastic and pull one of those beers out and just buy it. Yeah, I love that. I love that about it. Asia is next level. Like it's hard to describe because people in the West, like I like a 7-Eleven in the West, but and there are other options like Lawson, Family Mart. These places are fantastic, but like 7-Eleven in Asia is so next level, dude. It is so much better than what we have here.
Really?
Oh, it's so much better, dude. Like the food is fantastic. It's like good. It's really good. We've talked about Buc-ee's on here, right? Yeah. It's similar to like that feeling when you go into a gas station and you're like, you just set yourself up for disappointment when you go into a gas station. It's like, oh, I'm probably going to have diarrhea later if I eat this burrito. But like in Asia, it's not that way. It's like very high quality. And I know this is insane, but there was a documentary I watched. I can't remember the name of it, but talking about like kind of the processes with 7-Eleven in particular in Japan. And all of their food is prepared at these like major distribution centers in the prefectures that they're servicing. And they're all over the country. And so each day they're producing fresh food, fresh bento boxes, fresh food, whatever it is. And then immediately like getting up super early in the morning, like 2 or 3 in the morning, making all of these foods. And then they're all loaded onto a truck and then distributed to all of the different 7-Elevens in a given region. So you're getting like that day made fresh food and it's good. It tastes good.
Yeah, but that exists because they've done their homework on the regional demographic that they are servicing, right? And like probably they're saying that the product that Americans go into a 7-Eleven and are totally on board with buying, the Japanese are not, there's like, what the fucking, absolutely not.
Well, it's
Like,
also
we have standards. Like,
yeah, well, it's also like the space issue, right? And we talked about this a
well,
long,
I
long time
understand
ago.
like the offsite stuff, but I'm just saying the quality. Like,
Well, yeah,
it's
it's the quality, but it's also like space constraints for a person, like an average person in one of these countries, China, Japan, Korea. They don't have the space. They don't have giant refrigerators typically in these major
pantry
cities.
storage.
Yes. So they are literally going to the store every single day to get
Yeah.
whatever they're going to use for that night, whatever they're going to eat for that night, right? Rather than like here it's just a little bit different where we have this like store, we have space so we can store things, and we typically are going to go to like a proper grocery store to buy all those things. That's not really as much of a thing. I mean, obviously grocery stores exist, larger grocery stores, but a lot of people that are living in these like densely populated cities are going to like their local 7-Eleven, Family
It,
Mart, getting a couple of items for the night, and then there's not a lot of storage space, so then it's the same the next day they're doing it, right? Like they're doing it.
and as someone that doesn't like the pace of just how the US works, all that is really compelling to me, like the novelty and the small scale of that.
Mm-hmm.
And then at the same time, as someone who also has a 4-year-old, it's just like, fuck that. Absolutely not. I need a pantry with at least a year and a half worth of mac and
Mac and cheese,
cheese. And like,
yeah.
there's just no way. Like, that's just like, it's hard enough to do everything, and then to think that every day you got to go to the store to fend for your survival. It's just like, oh man,
Yeah,
that is rough.
there's a lot of benefits to that though, just from like a quality perspective. And believe it or not, so 7-Eleven is an American company originally, but it has become so popular. It was bought out by a Japanese
Hmm.
businessman back in like the 90s, I believe. And then it's become 80s or 90s, and it's become like this massive part of their culture there, right? And the American 7-Eleven branches are starting to adopt it. Like that's their plan in the next, I think it's like 4 or 5 years. They're going to do the exact same thing where they're going to be producing food at these like offsite locations
Mm,
and then delivering daily. So it might get better. It might
maybe.
get better. And the reason why they're doing it is because it's just been so wildly successful in those cultures, right? And, it's not, you can't you can't take something that works in one culture and apply it to another culture and expect similar results. But at the same time, it's like, especially in our populated cities like New York City, Chicago, Boston, these places, like there is a good argument to say that it could work, right?
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
And do just as well. So, but it is a revelatory experience. Like in the times that I've been in Asia, that is the first and usually last thing that I do in a day
Sure.
is like I go to the Kobini or the convenience store. I pick up a bunch of fucking items just to like try it and like eat and see
Mm.
what I like, what I don't like. And then usually it would be like I get drunk as shit at a bar, have dinner, and then it's like let's go to the fucking Kobini again and
Mm.
fucking get a bunch of shit, get a couple of road beers, and have ourselves a good time. So I don't know. I just there's something about it that is super appealing to me.
I like this that unique culture, like what I talked about with Argentina. Like, that was, hey, it was just six packs. Yeah, it's just six packs, except the random empanada cart also has 40s on the street.
Yeah.
Like, it's just a drastically different
Hmm.
culture situation where you're just like, oh,
Yeah,
okay.
we're like street food. I don't know. It's like hit or miss with street food in America. I feel like either it's like you're not going to find anything better than what is at that street stall, and it's usually word of mouth and the internet that's going to point you in those directions, and that
Yeah.
exists certainly. But yeah, you go to different parts of the world and it's like it's so commonplace to just see these like street stalls
Hmm.
whipping up shit, and it's usually like you might you might get a disease. You might get really sick, and you're rolling the dice there, depending on their health standards and things like that. But also, it's probably going to taste pretty fucking good going in.
Probably. You're probably going to be super stoked about the whole situation.
Definitely.
My mom would always tell me on like the 7-Eleven, you'd see the hot dogs on the rollers.
Yeah.
And she would be like, yeah, you don't ever get that food. She's a clean freak. Like her house is show ready.
Mm-hmm.
When she, knock on wood, passes away in 100 years, we'll just put a for sale sign in the front. Like there's nothing to do inside.
Yeah.
But she'd be like, yeah, you don't eat those. No way. You don't know how long they've been there. But like knowing what I do about hot dogs, I don't know that I actually care how long they've been there. Like what exactly, what is the quality control that we're looking for what is in a hot dog?
I love a hot dog.
And then as what is being warmed up, I'm just like, well, I what exactly is the problem besides maybe dust? Maybe dust if it's been there long.
You got like a little screen, like a little shield on it, though, right?
So
that's
like,
potentially keeping the dust off.
I really have no qualms with the. I don't actually really get gas station hot dogs, but in theory, I'm not over here like revolted, like, oh, don't do that. It's like, no, it's probably fine. It's a hot dog.
I fucking love a hot dog, dude.
I love hot dogs. I'm a big fan of hot dogs.
Yeah. What is your take on hot dogs all of a sudden being called glizzies? How do you feel about that?
The fuck's that?
That's what the kids call hot dogs. They call them glizzies.
What's the context of that?
I honestly have no idea because I'm old as shit and I have no idea.
Oh.
But kids call them glizzies. Like it's a thing. Glizzy guzzler, which I actually kind of like.
Well, that's kind of, I was down on it until the
glizzy guzzler
thing. But
I don't know why they're called glizzies.
All right. Well, I need to find out the context of that doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make any sense, but people call glizzies hot dogs glizzies, which is weird to me, and I don't understand the historical context or please inform us old men why they're called glizzies. I don't know.
Big fan of hot dogs in every form. Hot dog, ketchup, that's fine. Hot dog with onions or a brat or something like that. That's all great. Baseball game. What is the weird thing you serve? Give it to me. But what is the weird hot dog you do, like at Wrigley and stuff? Yeah, absolutely. All that stuff's fun.
We're gonna sell you nachos and a fucking baseball helmet, or whatever it is.
Give me the weirdest thing you got. No, I'm super into it.
The whole ketchup thing, I think it's like so aggressive. Here's the thing. I don't give a fuck what you put on your food.
Guy on your hot dog?
I love I don't put ketchup on a hot dog, and it's not because I'm like it doesn't belong on a hot dog. I just don't like it as much.
I think there's an argument that people can make.
I like mustard on a hot dog.
All right, I'm pretty sure there's an argument people can make that ketchup doesn't belong on a hot dog. I put ketchup on a hot dog.
But is it? Is there an argument? I don't know why. Why?
What about a brat?
Why do you care?
I think people will go to war about putting ketchup on a brat.
Why do you care? That's the thing. It's like, why do you care though? It does not materially affect you. If fucking Craig wants to put ketchup on a brat, a hot dog, whatever the fuck it is, like that's Craig's hot dog. I'm not gonna be eating that hot dog, so I don't give a shit.
We have a friend from Wisconsin, and I know he listens to these shows until we talk about games. So he'll probably hear this, and he's probably got strong opinions about the ketchup situation on a brat.
Dude, like again, I will never put ketchup on a hot dog just because I like it with mustard.
Yeah,
but I just don't. I don't understand why this is. It doesn't matter. Like you put like just your general yellow mustard, or I'll do a Dijon on it. Like I don't give a fuck.
I don't like yellow. Dijon's fine, but yellow is it's too far. I'll
put yellow on it. I like brat specifically. I'll put sauerkraut on it. Love that. A little bit of onion. And that's probably as far as I'm gonna go. But dude, every single fucking time I go golfing, it's just like the most basic like hot dog water hot dog or roller hot dog, and I shove it in my dumb face on the turn, and it makes everything better. I might be fucking 60 at the turn, and I'm like, I
your 950 hot dog and
yeah, and my fucking Coors Light or whatever they have. Thankfully, they usually have better beer than that, but uh, and it makes everything all right. You know,
okay.
you just stuff it in your face and you keep on trucking.
Mm.
So, but yeah, I don't understand the like the pushback. I just don't get it. I don't understand why people are like, you are an unacceptable human being because you put ketchup on this thing.
I
It's
think
just like, fucking eat what you want to eat, you cunts.
well,
Jesus.
but is there? I think there's like, got to be a line, right? Like,
Why? Why does there have to be a line? You like what you like.
okay, so like, well done steak, big thing of ketchup on the side.
Uh,
Is that fine? Are you chill?
I would
Are
never
you-
ever do that.
okay, all right.
Never.
But
I want it bleeding,
But
and I'm not. If the steak is good enough, you don't
Yeah.
need any sauce.
But you and I go out for a steak dinner, and
Yeah.
I get a well done steak with a big thing of ketchup. I literally have to ask for ketchup.
I'm definitely gonna make fun of you,
Okay, great.
but I'm not gonna
that.
like.
I don't do that. I did that growing up, but I didn't know that steak was good until I got into college because my dad only cooked well done steaks.
Yeah.
And then you actually need ketchup, in my opinion.
Sure. A1.
Well,
It's
I
an
don't.
A1
I
on
don't
it.
do sauce, but I do. I don't want them to cook it. I pretty much want them to put salt and pepper on it.
Ketchup, that's disgusting on a steak. That's
It's-
gross. Like, that doesn't appeal to me.
It's just a lubricant if it's a well done steak. That's all.
Yeah,
It's
I
just
guess
a,
that's true. I do like A1 sauce. Like,
Okay.
I like the taste of it. But I don't know. Like,
Mm.
I'm never again. Like, if realistically, if this happened, I've had steaks with you, and I know this is not the way you eat steaks.
Sure.
So whatever. This is hypothetical. But like, if you did that, I would definitely be like, what the fuck's wrong with you? Like, what are you doing?
Sure.
And I would strongly encourage you to try the steak that I was having, because I would be
Brett.
like, this is much better. And you're ruining it. But also, like, if that's the way you like it, I would just be like,
knock yourself out.
Yeah.
Just go do it. Okay.
I don't know, just people's preferences are preferences. One thing I cannot get behind, and I will stand by it, and this is something that I can't do it. Like, even thinking about it makes me like sick. Is Miracle Whip. I really,
no.
really do not like Miracle Whip.
I believe, I don't know that I'm the expert here, but I'm pretty sure the whole deal about Miracle Whip is that is a low calorie substitute for mayo.
Well, fuck it, it's disgusting.
I believe that's the purpose, but we never had it in my house growing up. But some of my friends would have it, and their moms would be nice, and they would like make us a sandwich.
Oh,
but then they would serve me a sandwich with Miracle Whip on it, and like, that shit's poison.
It's
like,
disgusting.
It is so gross, and it dominates the entire thing. Like, mayo's fine. Like, mayo's a nice little add onto it.
Yeah.
But Miracle Whip's just like, hope you wanted a Miracle Whip with some turkey sprinkled on top of it.
Dude, it's so gross. My girlfriend's family, they're pro Miracle Whip.
For what?
Like whatever if you're gonna have burgers, Miracle Whip. If you're gonna have to do the Miracle Whip, put Miracle Whip on your Miracle Whip. And I absolutely, I gotta tread lightly, and they know at this point in time that I'm like, I hate it so much.
They should know better though. That's
but it is not a redeemable product. I think it is horrible, and that is the one thing. Like, I can't think of very many other things that I would be like, this is unacceptable, but Miracle Whip is that for me. I fucking hate it. I think we should make T-shirts that are like, Salt City Games, fuck Miracle Whip.
Just our next shirt.
Yeah, absolutely.
Super anti-American. I feel like most people are gonna be able to get on board. And then there's gonna be like one person in the Discord is just like, I love this. I'm pro Miracle Whip.
There's always that one
dip my
person.
Carrots in it. Like,
there's always that one person. I'm not gonna say that I wouldn't like you, and you
got an uphill battle.
I love my girlfriend very much, and to be fair, like, I've gone after her about the Miracle Whip thing.
So she's into it.
Not as much as like her family is. So her mom makes this pasta salad that she makes with Miracle Whip, and it is, like, her mom's a really good cook. Sure. I will say that, but she makes it with Miracle Whip, and my girlfriend loves it. So like, my girlfriend's mom will like make a batch of it just for her, and it's kind of this like tradition thing, and she brings it home and it just sits, and like I'll look at it and I'm like, I should just fucking throw this in the trash.
Dude, the next time you guys come over for a barbecue, there's a 100% chance I just get a Miracle Whip, make sure it's out there, and then when your girlfriend's over, I'm just like, hey, I got this.
I fucking hate it, dude. I hate it so much.
Gross.
It literally disgusts me.
It tastes terrible. You shouldn't do it. Everyone should know better.
Mayo, or go fuck your mom.